Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado's real estate authority, Barb Schlinker. Barb Schlinker is a retired Navy veteran. Barb is an author. Barb Schlinker is a pilot, and she and her team enjoy all that Colorado has to offer. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, the Real Estate Voice show airs on Saturday, and if you can't listen to the entire show, it's always available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or you can just search Barb Schlinker. Popular podcast platforms like IHeart Radio. Every week, the Real Estate Voice covers information about people's primary assets, and that is their home. So, Barb, tell us what we'll be talking about today.
Hey, Richard, thank you. I'm so excited about today's show because we have a lot of different things that we're going to cover about selling homes and about real estate. And the first topic is going to be how to sell your house for the most money. And within that segment, we'll be offering a free download of a PDF on step by step how to actually sell your house for the most money. And then the second topic, I deal with this day in, day out, is home inspections on homes. They can create all kinds of problems. They're the number one reason why contracts fall apart. And so we'll be covering the 11 home inspection traps you should know weeks before putting your home up for sale. And then the very third topic, which is fun, I did a lot of research on this to find out, okay, if you listen to the press, the sky is falling and market's crashing, especially if you watch YouTube. But actually, the question is, will housing prices fall as interest rates rise? So we're going to be talking about what's going on all along the Front Range. And I've got some surprises for you, actually. And the very last topic is near and dear to my heart. I'm a Navy veteran, and one of my roles is I handle properties that actually have been taken back in foreclosure by the VA. And lately, I've actually been assigned 5 homes. So right now in this market, with the prices going up over 40% in the last 4 years, there's no reason why anybody should be foreclosing. They have equity. So I think there's just a lack of education out there about how to handle it if you can't make payments on a home. So this segment is going to be how to avoid foreclosure after the foreclosure moratorium. Because if you remember, Richard, there was like a 2-year break in foreclosures where the banks were not allowed to foreclose. Remember that law?
Yes.
And so what happened was those people stopped making payments because they had a COVID hardship. Right. But then when the foreclosure moratorium ends, what do? All of a sudden they're tens of thousands of dollars behind on their payments, and most people can't handle how to catch up. And I have a great solution for you. Plus, as always, we're going to talk about our hot new listings. Richard?
Boy, and those are great listing up and down the Front Range. So, Barb, most people don't sell a home very often. And if they're upgrading to another home, they often have to sell their current home to buy their next home. So what should home sellers do to sell their home for the most money, plus solutions for having a house to sell first?
Well, Richard, did you know that last month, nearly 1/3 of home sellers that were trying to sell their home actually took their house off the market? Either the listing expired or they canceled. This is especially true in December. And I was really surprised to see that. But part of it has to do with that they might have gotten bad advice about how to price the home. And they did that wrong. And so there's another problem that people run into a lot when they get bad advice about pricing, or they make assumptions based on these online automations that, their home is worth X because this computer said it was worth X. And so they make the mistake of believing that. And one of the biggest mistakes is leaving your home on the market for months and months and months, and then slowly walking the price down. According to the National Association of Realtors, you'll actually net less money in the end. And did you know that a majority of home sellers, what they want from their real estate agent is help with pricing their home competitively? So picking the wrong agent can really make a huge difference as to whether or not your home sells quickly and for top dollar or not at all. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And you can always reach Barb by calling at 719-301-3900. We're talking with Barb Schlinker, and you can find great information about selling one of your largest assets, that's your home, by going to barbhasthebuyers.com. Barb, tell us how sellers can trade up to a new home. What are some other things a seller can do if they need to sell a house before they buy their next house?
Well, Richard, that's the biggest dilemma for home sellers. And imagine you see your dream home out there, you pick it out, but you can't buy it because you have a house to sell. Or you lose sleep at night because maybe you bought another home thinking everything's going to be fine. So now you're on the hook for two homes. So I'm Barb Schlinker. I'm with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and that's what we provide: certainty to our home sellers that their sale is going to go through, certainty in finding their destination home, certainty that they'll have the funds when their home sells to improve their lifestyle. And we work with sellers all the time in order to help our home sellers get top dollar. And sometimes certainty gets delivered the wrong way. Like last summer, I actually had 4 offers on this one house. And this, for some reason, the seller was home for every showing. He got to meet all the buyers. He loved this one buyer, really wanted this offer from this one buyer. And so we did counter his offer, but I had not sent it yet. But I always do my due diligence. I called the lender to make sure this buyer was fully qualified, only to find out that this buyer actually had to sell a house in order to buy this home. And we didn't know that. We were not told by the buyer's agent. We were not told by the lender until I asked. And so the seller ended up picking a different buyer. Fortunately, we didn't send that counter out to be signed because otherwise they'd have been stuck. So you want to make sure that you hire a real estate agent that really has your back and understands finance, that understands that you really have to double check on everything. So how does a home seller actually know they're making the right choice? Did you know, Richard, that a majority of home sellers only interview one agent? Did you know that?
I did not know that. That does not sound like a great plan to me.
Yeah, and that just came out on the National Association of Realtor Statistics. Well, I'm sad to say that 74% of all agents sell 3 or less homes a year. So our goal is to kind of turn that bad agent experience around for our clients. I have been ranked by the Wall Street Journal among the top 1% of agents in the United States. I host this weekly radio show to give good information so homeowners and buyers can make good decisions about their homes. You can go to my website at any time, barbhasthebuyers.com. It's been there since 2014. I have over 27,000 buyers in my database of buyers in waiting. And typically I could find at least 100 buyers that are a match for your home specifically. So if you are thinking of making a move in the next 2 to 6 months and you'd like to get a free consultation on what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, to find out what a buyer would pay for your home and how much you'll net in your pocket, go to barbhasthebuyers.com, click there right in the center. It says Find My Buyer, and there's all kinds of great information on that website. And if you're planning to move later, we also have some great free reports that you can download. If you go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on the green button in the upper left-hand corner, we've got some great reports. We're just offering this new report called Insider Secrets, How to Sell Your Home for the Most Money. And you can download that for free at barbhasthebuyers.com or call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And to reach out to Barb, call 719-301-3900. We're talking with Barb Schlinker, and you can get great information about selling one of your largest assets, that's your home, on barbhasthebuyers.com. That's kind of one-stop shopping. You can go from all kinds of things, from YouTube to podcasts, by just going to barbhasthebuyers.com. Barb, tell us more about selling that main asset, that's the home.
Well, I can tell you that the biggest dilemma for home sellers that have a house to sell is that if they make an offer on a home and it's contingent on their home selling, many times those offers will get rejected. And it's nothing more heartbreaking. Everybody wants to have a very smooth process where their home sells and they can buy their next home, but they have the option to back out if their home doesn't sell. And it's really hard to pull that off because this market's still pretty robust. But the way you can get it done, we offer a guaranteed sale. So one of the things that we offer for our clients, move up to one of our listings, we'll buy yours. Or your buyer, we can guarantee the sale of their home so they can buy yours non-contingent. So those are some of the programs that we offer, but we also have other solutions, including there's some great financing solutions out there. You can get a home equity line of credit to kind of bridge the gap in between the two houses if you qualify for the payments. And I just helped a client this last week do what's called a recast, which basically is he could buy his next home first and then close on it. And then when his current home is sold, he takes that money, puts it down on his new loan, and they readjust the payment without refinancing. So there's all kinds of great programs out there. And that's what we help our sellers do to make sure that their process of selling one of their largest assets is smooth and on time. So if you are thinking of making a move and you'd like to find out what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, go to barbhasthebuyers.com, click right in the middle, find my buyer. There's a bunch of videos on that website to give you more information, or call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. BarbHasTheBuyers.com. When we come back, we'll be talking about the 11 home inspection traps that you should know about before putting your house up for sale. You don't want to miss that. Stay tuned.